are now live with me, G3, and tonight we're going to talk to two of the hottest guys on your social media feed. But before that, I want to thank my sponsors on Live with G3. First, I want to thank Bello Med, Dr. Vicky Bello. I want to thank GAOC, Dr. Steve Marcan. I want to thank Asian Eye Institute, Dr. Cruz. I want to thank The Secret Lounge PH. I also want to thank Swatch PH, Tito Virgie Ramos, for giving me all the watches I wear on the show. I also want to thank Evian PH, my water sponsor. And I want to thank Cool de Sac for my clothes. Tonight I am wearing a jumpsuit by an American designer brand, a contemporary American designer brand, TB. And it's a jumpsuit with a leather strap. And Cool de Sac is located at the second level of the Podium Mall. So they have all sorts of designer brands, international and local. And tonight I have a food sponsor. Somebody sent over some gyupsal. So this is some gyup sa bahay. So they sent over all the ingredients for some gyupsal, gas, and even the lutuan. So I was super tempted to actually cook some gyupsal tonight. Kaya lang parang sabi ko, oh my gosh, hindi pwede. Because it is the sponsor of one of our guests tonight's new movie, Nelia. So that's going to be at the Film Fest, on the Film Fest. So, okay, so tonight's episode is basically an episode for me, for myself. It's just going to be a fun episode for me because these two guys are my latest crushes. Yon. So, I like tall, dark, and sexy guys. Yung Pinoy na Pinoy, yung alam mong lalaking lalaki. Pero yung mga ex-jowa, afame, no? So anyway, we're gonna talk to these two guys. First, let me introduce our very, very, very hot Mr. Grand International Philippines. And his name is Michael Ver Comaling. So let me invite him in. Michael. Hanapin natin siya. There. I used to just follow him on TikTok, and you know, I was pretty amazed at how he dances, and you know, I kept posting about him, and now, you know, we're already friends. So there. Hi, hello, hi everyone. Love it, super landi. Malandi ba ako? Teka, let me try that again. Invite. Hello, hi.
Hi,
Michael.
Hi G3, what's up?
How are you?
Doing great po.
Huwag mo na akong galangin, my gosh.
I'm sorry, G3.
Huwag mo ako respetuhin, huwag mo ako respetuhin. Ilan taon ka na ba?
I'm 21.
21. You're a baby. You're a baby, and yet you have achieved so much. Can you tell us more about you? You are a swimmer, a TikToker, and you are our current Mr. Grand Philippines, diba?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about you.
Hello everyone, to the viewers of Miss G3. My name is Michael Ver Comaling. I'm from Ormoc City. I'm 21 years old. I'm a national athlete in modern pentathlon, and I'm currently the Mr. Grand Philippines.
What's a pentathlon? Tama ba yung sinabi ko?
Yes. It's composed of 5 events: swimming, fencing, equestrian, show jumping, laser shooting, and running. Yun,
oh my God,
yun
I'm
yung
so
mga laro namin, Jade.
What's laser
Yeah, it's
shooting?
actually a very expensive sport.
Okay, so what's laser shooting?
Laser shooting is using a target. It's very expensive. It's 6,500. It's a laser gun which you use, and then the target is I can't explain it. It's para siyang laser gun talaga. Like you have to. It's 10 meters away. You're just shooting a pistol, but yung lumalabas is yung lumalabas mo is laser. Yes.
That's so cool. I've never heard of that before, but you know, that's so cool. Of course, you are from Ormoc, diba? I found you on TikTok and you're such a great dancer. How do you practice your dances on TikTok? You're a swimmer, obviously, by profession. You're a swimmer, diba?
Yeah. Actually,
So how did you get into TikTok?
I learned how to TikTok because of Juliana Gomez and Zoe. The the two of them taught me how to do TikTok, and it was a year ago around November, and then they told me, "Let's Michael, let's try this." At that time, TikTok was like the Jeje Mondays, so people who does TikTok. I was one of those guys. So ano ba yan? Ang call ninyo, nagtitiktok kayo, parang Jejemon yun, nagtitiktok. I was one of those people, but when I joined them, then they taught me how to dance, and then, ang saya pala nito.
Wait, so yung
Kaya
dancing
yun, that
mo,
started everything.
natural dancer ka, so inaral mo lang yan. Ang galing mo sumayaw. Like, fino-forward ko sa mga friends ko yung mga TikTok videos mo. Kila Jeje, ganyan. Sa mga friends ko.
I just learned it through them, like watching the tutorials on TikTok, and then I just keep on repeating on the steps, and then I finally get it.
Yeah, and also because I interviewed Juliana also, tas parang we were talking about you, and then you're very close to the Gomez family, diba? Explain how you became close to Richard, Lucy, and Juliana, of course.
Hindi ko po ma-imagine nga na how I am close to them right now, because when I was just senior high school, grade 11 in Ormoc, they were like I was like, I'm like here and they're just in the sky, you know? And then that time I was trying to interview Mayor Goma for school, and then this is a very hard task. And I went to the government, and it took me 2 months before I get to in front, because I was keep on delaying and delaying. When is the time when I will meet Mayor Gomez for the first time? And unexpectedly I became a modern pentathlete, and then now I keep on seeing them almost in a week more than 3 or 4 times.
Hindi mo ba tinry ligawan si Juliana? Nung, nung single pa siya.
Friend lang po kami, friend. We're friends.
Friends lang kayo? Friends lang kayo talaga?
We're close friends.
Okay. So like if the boys in Ormoc are as cute and talented as you, di ba magplano tayo ng trip to Ormoc, di ba? You are a swimmer, di ba? As a swimmer, what kind of routine do you go through, and what is your daily practice like?
I usually wake up at 5 a.m. Before 4:30, but today 5 a.m. kasi nagsisimula na kami 6 o'clock. Usually 5:30 ganon. So we wake up at 5 a.m. and then we train at 5:30. Natatapos at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Kaya medyo 2 hours or more. After done, we have classes, and then sometimes antok talaga during the classes. And after ng classes the whole day, balik na naman sa training until gabi. Yun po yung usual routine po namin. When strictly on the diet, and then kumakain ng marami.
Anong kinakain mo? Anong favorite mong ulam? Mag-aaral ako magluto. Anong kinakain mo?
Chop suey lang po. Simple lang po ako. Chop suey lang. Masaya na po ako.
So
chop suey is one of my favorite.
Madali lang yung chop suey. Anong favorite mong event sa swimming? Like, what's your favorite event in swimming? Like backstroke, breaststroke, ano mo?
I'm a flyer. Butterfly.
What does that mean? Butterfly.
Yung butterfly po, yung
you
have to do like this. Yung laro, yung one of my favorite ni Phelps. Yun po.
Oh, wow. So your swimming idol is Michael Phelps.
Super. I think it's everyone's swimming idol.
And then
He's
like,
everyone.
the new one, diba si Caleb Dressel, he's the new one. Like the last Olympics, he was the one that was really the champion. So what can you say about his performance in the last Olympics?
Actually, I already idol ko na po yun like few years back, kasi binibreak na po niya yung mga records kahit hindi pa siya nag-Olympics. Kaya I see him as future champion naman Olympics. It's kind of obvious when we see Caleb Dressel at the Olympic stage, and super galing niya automatically.
In terms of swimming, what is your goal for yourself? Are you in the national team? Not yet.
I'm in the national team.
Oh, wow!
For modern pentathlon.
But not for swimming.
But not for swimming. Ang hirap po sa swimming, to be honest. So, sobrang madaming magaling sa Philippines.
Talaga? Maraming magaling sa Philippines. But how come we never make it to the Olympic team? Parang wala tayong masyadong Olympic swimmers from the Philippines. Meron tayo last time, but he was half Australian, or half Kiwi, I'm not sure. But why do you think it's so hard for athletes in the Philippines, specifically swimmers, to make it to the Olympic team?
I think it's because of the support din po. Support has a very big factor. Especially, I can confirm that because dito po sa amin, sa Ormoc, we were sa regionals, like buong region, kami yung pinakahuli. One of the last, like, I don't know if you heard of regional athletic meets. Like, sa NCR meet, or sa amin kasi, EVRA yung tawag po nun. Like, Ormoc City versus Baybay City versus Leyte versus Samar. Yung buong region nagko-compete against each other. I hope you get that.
Okay.
And then, kami po yung huli. Like, pinakahuli. Second to the last, ganon, Ormoc. And then, when Richard Gomez stepped on the throne to being a mayor, he just went all out on the support on all of the athletes. Like, everyone gets to have 2 pairs of high-branded shoes. And then, yung mga trainers po namin is from the national team. And yung mga support, we have every equipment that we need, and we have allowances. So, we skyrocketed to the top. We defeated Leyte, which is the number 1 in the whole region. So nag-number 1 po kami. And with that, I see that as a very big factor. Kaya nga po sa ngayong SEA Games, we were number 1. Nag-number 1 po tayo kasi iba yung support nila this SEA Games. So I believe if the government will put more support on the athletes, they would perform well. Kasi ngayon, we had our first gold medalist po, si Haydn Diaz. If she won't able to be given support that she had today, I think she won't win. Kaya the support today is different from sabi po nila before. Kaya ngayon, we're just happy to be we're happy to receive the support that the government is giving right now.
That's true. That's true. Also because Mayor Goma is an athlete himself. That's why I think he recognizes the struggle, the needs of the athlete. And you remind me of a young Richard Gomez, diba? How do you feel when people say that to you?
It feels overwhelming po. Kasi, you know, I'm just a fan, you know. I didn't really expect anything being like Mayor Richard, but I'm stepping up my goals, stepping up my dreams na to be like him someday or little higher than him. That would be great.
Yeah, and
but I'm not really coming, but I'm just being myself, you know.
Yeah, at 21, oh my gosh, you have a long way to go. And you're also our Mr. Grand International Philippines. But before that, I want to bring in Juan Carlos Galano, who's also tall, dark, and sexy like you. So here he is. Coming in is, you don't know him, I'll introduce the two of you. Because like tonight is my episode. It's really just for me. So here he is. Juan Carlos Galano. Ay, pulang-pula naman. Hello.
Hello, bro.
Hello. Hey, brother.
Good evening, guys. Juan Carlos, this is Michael Ver.
All right. I'm Carlos.
Hello, bro. Hello.
Okay.
Michael.
Okay, so friends na kayo, diba? I've been talking to Michael for a while now. I want to talk to Juan Carlos now. So Juan Carlos is the star of Nelia, diba?
Wow.
You have Metro Manila Film Fest entry this year. So how do you feel that you have Metro Manila Film Fest entry this year, that the cinemas are just opening? Anong feeling?
Honestly, it's so overwhelming. Siyempre, hindi ko naman ina-expect talaga this year na magkaka-MMFF kami. Kumbaga, ang mindset ko nga nung kinuha ko yung project, na parang another project lang to, and na parang racket lang, kumbaga. Pero, yeah.
Wait, sinabi ko di ba mag-prepare ka ng drink? May dala ka bang drink?
Of course.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Siyempre nagmamahal tayo sa beses, pero cheers.
Oo, tama.
Oh, anyway, going back to Nelia.
So, yun nga. Wala, sobrang unexpected nung taon na to. And maraming blessings na dumating. And hindi lang yun ang susunod nating project. Ayun na. Mag-shoot na rin kami tomorrow actually. We're going to Bolinao, Pangasinan for another movie project under Direct Adolf Alex.
Nice, Direct Adolf. Wait, ang layo ng Pangasinan. Yeah. Kailangan mo po ng driver, papadalan kita.
Ay, pwede rin. Sige, para tulog na lang ako buong biyahe.
Pero kailangan mo ako uwian ng bangus, ng daing.
Bangus. Akala ko ano tawag dito, longganisa.
Pwede rin.
Pangasinan is very, well, asa na Ilocano, syempre, Alaminos, Pangasinan.
Kasi nagbebenta rin kasi ako ng longganisa eh. So, pasarap. Wait,
okay.
What do I call you? What's your nickname?
Well, my nickname is here in the household, they call me Carlo. Yun.
Carlo. Halimbawa magandang babae.
Pag tinatawag
sa'yo.
Halimbawa
tatawagin ka ng magandang babae. Anong gusto mong tawag sa'yo ng magandang babae?
Well, Carlo pa rin, syempre.
Carlo
I introduce myself as Carlo, yeah.
Okay.
Pagka ibang pangalan nga, nagkikringe ako eh. Kunwari lang
sa mga pangalan ka nagkikringe pag tinawag kang baby, ganyan.
Hindi naman. May medyo sanay na rin.
Sanay ka na rin. Oh my God, Carlo, you exploded on social media, especially when the bench body advertisements came out, diba? Parang, oh my God, your body is so near perfect, if not perfect. I mean,
wow.
I see you train, and I know that you train with my friend Derek, diba? Parang, oh my gosh, diba? Parang grabe yung training mo rin. And the weights that you lift are pretty heavy. So tell us about your workout routine.
Well, yung weights na binubuhat ko, I mean, it's not as heavy as Derek's PR, kumbaga. Hindi ako ganun kalakas pa as compared to other athletes in the weightlifting. Tsaka hindi ako nagko-crossfit. Strength training lang. Hindi ako crossfitter. Ang strength training. Parang cross training ko lang for surfing or other activities that I do. Lalo na, kunwari, boxing, ganyan.
Ganon. What about you, Michael? What kind of training do you do in terms of, workouts?
Usually po, I run.
Usually
practice and run in the morning. Then, at 8 a.m. usually, we train all the sports.
Okay. So, lahat ng sports, pati volleyball, ganyan.
I also play sometimes. Minsan.
Carlo, what are your other sports?
Volleyball din. Naglalaro ako. Tapos, onting basketball. Pero mostly, ang pinaka na-enjoy ko talaga is football. Yan. Yung team sport na favorite ko. Yeah, football. And soccer.
So the reason why I put you guys together is because you are the hottest guys on social media right now. Grabe talaga yung following nyo. Like, when I see, when you post something very sexy, grabe talaga yung likes. And, my friends talk about you, like, in crowds, they talk about you. You get all of these, support and following. When you post something shirtless or sexy, or, like, what about you, like, Michael, when you post, like, a sexy dance on TikTok, anong objective sa isip nyo? Like, para okay, sasayaw ako ng sexy na wala akong t-shirt. Tapos ikaw, Carlo, magpo-post ako ng mga kiting-kilikili. Ano yung nasa isip nyo pag napopost? We're not complaining, ha? But what's your mindset when you do those things? I'll start with Michael.
So sa akin po, I have no intention of doing that, but just for me, it's just for fun. Like, after training, nakakawala po kasi yung stress. Yung parang siyang cool down exercise. Like, you're doing a very hard exercise, then you're dancing. Kaya, for me, it's just for fun.
It's just for fun. Carlos, sumasayaw ka ba?
Yeah, onte.
Ikaw also TikTok? Nasa TikTok ka ba?
TikTok tayo, bro. TikTok tayo.
Wala kasi TikTok. Hindi pa nakita na ba kita sumayaw? Parang nakita na kita sumayaw. Parang
uminom tayo.
Oo. I met you in Siargao. Siyempre, nagpipictorial ako sa gitna ng kalye, diba? Tapos nasa loob ka ng sasakyan, diba? Tapos parang tumigil kayo. Tapos sabi ko, oh my God, si Carlo. Oh my gosh, Juan Carlos. Super hot. Ganyan. So when you, when you post something that's obviously very sexy, ano yung nasa isip mo? Parang magpo-post ako as a thirst trap or magpo-post ako kasi ano yung intention behind posting a sexy picture?
Well, for me, ako yung nangyari kasi sa Instagram page ko lately, puro hubad nga dahil nga nasa Siargao ako.
Hindi kami nagreklamo.
And here's the thing. Hindi ako ready nung nag-Siargao ako. I was really just a joiner to my friends. Kumbaga sila, Derek, ang talagang nagplano na pumunta ng Siargao. Tapos parang inakay lang ako. Asa kalad ka rin, siyempre. Ayun.
Tapos tumira ka na doon, di ba?
Oo. Ito yun Originally, 4 days lang dapat ako doon. Sila 5 days. Tapos hanggang sa napa-extend. Tapos yung hanggang sa umuwi na sila, hanggang umabot ako na 3 weeks doon sa Siargao. Sobrang na-in-love talaga ako. So anong nangyari? So yung mga pictures ko from Siargao, spontaneous shoot lang talaga siya. So hindi ako ready. So here's the thing, wala akong mga dalang damit. Nung dumating anong pumunta ako ng Siargao, hindi ako ready with anything. Wala akong mga polo, wala akong mga beach So ang dala ko
puro
lang,
swim shorts lang sa brief.
shorts,
Wala talagang top.
Swim shorts. Ang top ko lang more on tank tops, ganyan. And then
Umitay kay Karen, 'di ba? Bench endorser ka.
Yeah, exactly. So, ayun. Anong nangyari? Kinontact ng photographer si Medelmore, yung handler ko, and then we had a spontaneous shoot in Siargao. So nagplano lang kami ng fun shoot lang. So lang din, naakay lang din ako ng hindi oras. Hindi talaga ako ready. Buti lang yung katawan ko ready kahit paano.
Buti na lang maganda yung katawan mo, no?
Well,
actually, niyaya din niya ako mag-shoot. Kaya lang last day ko na doon. 1 week lang ako doon. Hindi naman kasi ako tumira doon like you. Pero given a chance, titira din ako doon. Of course, Ormoc is also a very, very good destination, di ba, Michael?
Yes,
Ormoc is...
Of
but
course.
it's not as famous as Siargao. So if you're going to make a pitch...
Yeah, I went to Siargao.
Yeah, you've been to Siargao, di ba?
Like, di ba, pumunta po kayo. 2 weeks before that, I was there.
Huwag mo na akong respetuhin.
Sorry.
Bastusin mo na siya, bro.
Bastusin mo na ako, huwag mo na akong puin. I went to Siargao. Tapos?
Then I went there to Siargao. I stayed there for like 2 or 3 days. That was it was the worst thing.
Sobrang bitin.
Bro, sobrang.
Grabe.
It was one of the worst decisions I've made kasi nag-book na ako ng ticket and then I had no choice but to go home kasi that was namimiss ko, but maybe this December I'll be back there. Andiyan ka ba this December? Nandiyan ka ba sa Siargao ngayon, bro?
Wala na sa siya.
Wala na ako sa Manila.
Nasa red room.
Medyo pumuti. Red room tayo ngayon. As a Christian Grey. Christian Brown.
Pero wait, kasi di ba parang like Filipinos are tall and dark and handsome and sexy, di ba? Parang you both fit that mold, di ba? The case for the Filipino sexy guy, handsome guy, yung talagang Pinoy na Pinoy, parang kayo talaga yung nag-embody, di ba? What kind of admirers do you get on social media? Because you're both very, very popular on social media. Carlo, yung mga DM mo, gaano siya kahaba?
Yung mga DMs ko? Well,
DM
sa
mo
message
DM
request.
mo yung kung kung mahaba yung DM. Yung mga messages mo.
DM, yan nga. DM. Mga message requests. Marami.
Mga 100.
I would say 100 plus. Yeah, 99 plus na nakalagay dun sa message request.
Oh my God, tapos nababasa mo akin. Grabe, na-flatter naman ako.
Well, sa comments, very active ka.
Oo, lahat ng picture mo nilalike ko. Oo.
Niloko pa nga kita, di ba? Sabi ko, nakita kita sa loft. Nung kumaga, nag-inom tayo sa loft. Sabi ko, hindi na puro fire lang hindi na puro emoji lang ang comments mo dapat.
Oo, hindi na puro apoy, di ba?
Oo. Acquainted na tayo.
100 plus DMs a day. Wow, that's even more than mine. What about you, Michael? How many DMs do you get a day?
Same lang rin. Usually, yun rin, 99 na kasi yung nakikita ko sa mga notifications. Always save it, bro.
So, 100 plus. Kasi tama, 99 lang nakikita. Kasi ako like mga 75 lang ako a day. So, kayo mga 99 plus, di ba? Okay. So, like, I wanna talk about something very, very relevant. I feel kasi, di ba, parang girls have been objectified for so long. Di ba? Parang mga babae, pag napopost ng sexy pictures, di ba, parang masyadong nasa-sexualize and everything. But when guys post sexy pictures, di ba, the girls swoon. Para yung mga babae talaga baliw na baliw. Tsaka yung mas sikat sa social media is yung mga lalaki talagang marunong magpa-delight. When I say marunong magpa-delight, you know what to show without showing too much, di ba? And then, they become subjected to being objectified, di ba? Yung karaniwang nararanasan ng babae na parang, oh my gosh, I feel like an object na I'm a sex object. Ngayon, mga lalaki na ngayon, yung ganyang, in this day and age, yung mga lalaki na ngayon, yung mga nasi-sexualize. And I feel like, as a guy, di ba, it's not as offensive as to when you were a girl being objectified by a guy. Okay lang ba sa inyong dalawa na, for example, nagpo-post kayo ng sexy picture, you become the pantasya of people? Anong nafe-feel niyo pag sinasabi sa mga DM niyo na parang, oh my God, pantasya kita, parang I wanna be with you, I wanna have sex with you, indecent proposals, ganyan-ganyan. Carlo, anong nafe-feel mo kapag may mga nakukuha ka na ganyang DM? Ano ka na? Ubo ka ba doon? Ubo ka doon? Sige,
medyo.
Padulas muna tayo. At least yung isa ayaw uminom.
Talaga, hindi
tubig lang muna, tubig. Hindi ako nakadala ng tubig.
May ano ba? May next competition ka ba na paparating?
Yeah, we do have, bro. We do have.
Ano nafe-feel nyo kapag na-objectify kayo? Pag na-appreciate kayo just for your body?
I'll take it as a compliment.
Wait, let's start with
compliment daw sa kanya. Ako, honestly,
let's start with Carlo.
It's validating, syempre. It's validating. Of course. Pero sometimes, minsan, it gets too overwhelming. Minsan, lalo na pagka masyado ng raunchy yung comments.
Ano yung pinaka-raunchiest na natanggap mo ko? You can say it.
Well,
ano yung pinaka-raunchiest?
Ano tawag dito? Mga ano.
Huwag ka na mahiya, Diyos ko. Oh.
Mga, well, bilang Nurse Jeff nga, syempre, turukan mo nga daw ako, pero sa puwet. Sabi ko, wow!
Creative, very creative.
Very creative, yeah, of course. Very creative. Pero, yun nga lang, syempre, sabi ko, kung tuturo ako, doon tayo sa normal, intramuscular lang.
Oo, tsaka kung magtuturo ka, dapat COVID vaccine, di ba? Papaturok din ako sa bakunado na ako. What about you, Mike?
Sa booster shot.
Finish na rin. Pero Michael, ikaw, ano yung mga parang pag nabasa mo yung DM mo, parang, oh my God, I'm wild. Ano yung mga ganyan mong nakukuhang DM? For example.
So, minsan, kulang na lang daw rice or gano'n. Ikaw na lang daw ulam namin.
Parang napaka-tame naman ng ulam. Parang yun yung pinaka-wild mo na nabasa na parang rice na lang. Parang masyado namang safe. Parang nagawa ko na rin yun Char. So, yun yung pinaka-nagulat ka. Yun yung pinaka-nagulat ka na DM.
Hindi ko kasi, I can't remember the last. Pero usually yun yung mga nababasa ko.
21 kasi baby boy. Sobrang baby boy. Very, very good future ahead of you. What about you, Carlo? How old are you now again? 24, di ba?
Yes, I am 24.
So your 20s are for having fun, like meeting a lot of people, traveling, starting here, having a lot of sex. What is the generation? What is the Gen Z? What is the Gen Z or Gen Y na ba kayo? Gen Z. 20 is
Gen Z pa rin nata.
Gen Z pa ako, Gen Z.
So what is the Gen Z view about sex?
Gen Z
Carlo.
view about sex? I guess it would be, well, syempre ito ang pinaka-highlight ng generation namin ngayon. It's all about consent. Yun
consent,
talaga.
Yeah.
Mas ngayon, mas laganap talaga yung consent, I would say. And syempre, mas open na and mas liberated yung mga tao ngayon when it comes to sex and open-minded. Minsan, babae na mismo ang, kumbaga, nagyayaya.
Oh,
Alam mo
kasi
yun? So,
equality, diba?
di ba?
Parang gender equality.
Exactly.
There's no shame
Because
in a girl wanting to be
exactly.
sexual about
Because
herself, diba?
everyone has needs. Everyone has needs, 'di ba? So, syempre, yung iba kasi kaya nahihiya kasi nasa slut shame. Pero ako na-admire ko talaga yung mga babaeng mga brave enough to alam mo yun, to be upfront about what they want. Kasi syempre, it takes guts, 'di ba? Ang hirap ng magsasabi ka na, oy, pwede ba tayong you wanna go out or have coffee sometime? Ganyan. Pero syempre, wholesome pa yun, di ba? Have
Kape?
coffee lang.
Oo,
Pero,
wholesome yung kape.
wholesome yun. Pero, hindi natin alam na after, kumbaga later that night, it would lead to something else.
That's true. What about like for example, Michael, because you're from the province, diba? Sa probinsya, ano ang attitude ng Gen Z generation about sex?
Medyo conservative po dito ng konti sa province, which I observe compared sa like big cities such as Manila or Manila or Cebu, like that. But it's about being comfortable with yourself, or even you're a woman or a man. And I think we should all respect that, being here in the Gen Z generation. Generation Z.
Mas conservative sa probinsya. Like, ako kasi when I go to the province, I feel like it's really licensed for you to, like do what you wanna do, diba? Pero in the province, when you live in the province, parang mas conservative pa rin, especially for a place like, or more conservative pa rin.
But hindi po lahat.
Yeah.
Oh, hindi daw lahat.
Hindi lahat.
Mas,
okay.
Hindi daw lahat.
Okay, very good.
Pero hindi lahat.
Pero wait, Michael, diba? 21 is legal age, diba? 21 is legal age. When I ask you about your sexual awakening, meaning when I ask you about when you felt that, okay, sex is something that I like, sex is something that feels good, when did you feel that? What age did you feel that as a Gen Z generation person?
At a young age, I think when I was in grade 6 or grade 7, or start with high school. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I felt that.
Okay. Anong age yung grade 6? 12?
Around 11 or 12.
Hindi 11, bro. 12 or 13,
yun.
ganon. Nafe-feel ko yun.
12?
But
oh my God.
I don't, hindi pa ako experience ng intimacy.
A sexual awakening is when you feel that, okay, like I am a man.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang I'm ready to be,
like
I'm ready to be with a woman.
I think
so,
that was grade 7.
But
12
years old.
12 or 13. Ganon.
12 or 13. That's very...
Wow.
No, that's okay. I think parang that's the right age to have a sexual awakening. What about you, Carlo?
Nah, I don't think it's too early.
When was your...
Early sa amin. Early sa amin.
Depende. I mean, siguro may mga early bloomers and late bloomers, but to each his own, right?
Ako kasi yung mga classmate ko dati, as in 12 pa lang talaga ako. Parang, oh my God, are you serious? What about you, Carlo? When was your sexual awakening? Like, when did you realize the sex that was something good? Because we don't wanna, like Gen Z, the one thing I appreciate about Gen Z is sex is not a taboo subject. It's something that you
It's
actually,
something to be celebrated, actually.
Okay, yeah, it's human nature.
Parang ganun eh.
Kasi parang, I belong to a generation that does not talk about sex. That's why when you have sex, in my generation, it's something that's secret, it's something that's taboo, kaya ang daming nabubuntis, ang daming kasi it's something that you have to be ashamed of. The difference between my generation and your generation is that, sexual expression has become so accepted, diba? When did you feel your sexual awakening, Carlo?
Ako at 13 years old. Well, first year high school. Ganyan.
Okay. What was it?
Ako grade 6, pa ako nun eh. Medyo, pa ako nun.
Baga pa rin.
Tsaka, lang. Pero, I would say na grade 6, doon na ako sumusubok na parang manligaw, ganyan. Actually, hindi lang pala. Grade 2 pa lang. Grade 2 pa lang. Na ako.
Grade 2, 8 years old?
Grade 2, yeah. I could remember my mom telling me na there was this certain girl back in Saipan na inaakbay-akbayan ko na. Yun yung mga galawang ko daw. So,
Ang
very
galing.
physical ako
Okay, grade 2.
when I moved. Grade 2. Actually, grade 2 or grade 3. So, nung first year, yun talaga yung pinaka-experience ko when it comes to, sexual awakening, if you would say.
Sexual awakening at grade 2, 8 years old. Okay.
Grade 2, siguro grade 2, yun yung awakened na ako when it comes to self-play. Pero
testosterone level is so high.
Sexual awakening.
Okay.
I guess so. Kasi, sa family namin, my mother's side, yung mga cousins ko doon, syempre karamihan kami puro lalaki. So, lumaki ako na andun sa, yung concept ng machismo sobrang lakas dun sa, namin, sa family namin. Well, dun sa mother's side ko. Kasi marami akong kuya dun na nilo-look up to and mas marami talaga silang experience. And syempre, nagkakalokohan, mga tipong brasuhan pagka magkakasama and may mga family reunions, yabangan ng mga experiences, guy talk, usual guy talk, ganun.
Yes.
So, syempre, as a person who has no experience yet, syempre curious ka.
Wala ka experience pa?
Ako? Before. Before.
Okay, sige,
anyway,
tuloy mo.
I'll drink to that.
Okay, tuloy mo yung kwento mo. Cheers. Tuloy mo yung kwento mo.
So, yun, nung first year, doon na ako meron akong kaklase noon na, transferee siya nung first year high school ako, freshman year. Tapos, siya yung nagturo sa akin. Kumbaga siya yung sa akin na parang, yeah, you should go out. Tapos parang try mo manligaw na ganyan. May crush kasi ako na higher batch, upper batch sa akin. Nako, first year ako, second year siya. Tapos, ang pa niya sa akin, syempre, hindi pa naman ako marunong mag-sweet talk at saka kung paano manligaw talaga.
Ngayon, marunong ka na.
Well, I have my own set of moves.
Wow. Tapos, tuloy mo yung kwento mo.
And then, ang sabi ko noon, there was one time na, there was this one instance na break namin. And may klase yung upper batch. Pumunta kami sa taas. Kasi yung room namin nasa baba. And then yung higher batch nasa second floor. So umakyat kami nung friend ko na yun. Sumalangit na pero ayun nga, yung friend ko na yun, best friend ko at that time, pinuntahan namin, tapos tinuro ko yung crush ko dun sa classroom. Sabi ko, bro, yun yung gusto kong ligawan, no? Sabi niya, pare, wag na muna yan. Masyado pa yan sa'yo. Masyado pang advanced yan sa'yo. Sabi niya, dito ka muna. Yung kaibigan. Ganon. So sabi ko, okay, sige, ganyan. So I've tried yun hanggang sa parang, okay, yun yung niligawan ko. Attractive din naman yung babae noon that time. Pero yun yung nakakatawa. So, yun yung parang first experience ko with a girlfriend na parang sabi ko, okay, eto girlfriend ko na talaga to. Pero, alam mo, naging girlfriend ko.
Naging girlfriend mo yung second choice mo. Sana
second choice.
No? Para alam niya na second choice.
parang college program lang, no? Ang nakakatawa. Nga, sabi sa akin, doon entry level.
So, ngayon, pag napanood...
Nakakatawa nga Pagka inaalala ko, I mean, yun lang. Parang sinasabi ko na...
Parang ganon.
At that time. Kasi,
what about you, Michael?
Back in high school.
Yes. Oh, what?
Yeah, back in high school, naka-experience ako maraming rejections And ngayon, wala na lang sa akin.
Rejection? Ikaw?
Oh, of course.
Wait, ikaw na-reject ka na?
Yeah.
Hindi
ako populated in high school.
Oh my God. Like, for the record, I would never reject you. But, Carlo, when did you realize that you were hot? Like, you can get, like, right now, you can get any girl you want. When did you realize that you were hot?
Actually, hindi ko pa rin naman na-realize yan na kaya
Wag kang charot. Syempre alam mo na masarap ka, 'di ba? Kasi kung hindi mo alam na masarap ka, hindi ka magpo-post ng mga thirst trap. So, kailan mo nalaman na masarap ka? Nung nilasahan mo.
Nung nilasahan ko sa sarili ko, ganun. Hindi,
Kailan mo nalaman na parang shit, ang sarap ko? Kailan mo nalaman?
Hindi naman sa masarap ako, but it's
more... No, I mean like, it's a term. Pero when did you find out that, when did you find out that you were hot?
Well, nung pandemic, I felt good because I've been taking care of myself for sure. Because before, back then, hindi ako ganun ka-conscious. Hindi sa akin yun sa dad ko.
Okay.
Well, anyway, hindi ako ganun ka, before eh. Hindi ako ganun ka-conscious when it comes to my health, my aesthetics and everything, lalo na sa katawan ko. Mahilig lang akong gumalaw. Kumbaga, mahilig akong mag-workout, mahilig akong mag-swimming. Swimming talaga yung pinaka-ano ko nun before. Outlet ko. Pero hindi ako yung tipong ripped as compared to right now.
As right
so,
now. That you're an underwear model.
Parang feeling ko peak na yung ano ko ngayon. Peak yung katawan ko ngayon.
When they asked
thankful ako.
When they asked you to model for underwear, anong naramdaman mo?
Honestly, I was pressured. Because, syempre, underwear yun. Hindi ko naman na-expect na mag-underwear model ako. Pa-commercial lang naman ako simula 2017. Hindi ko naman na-expect na mapupunta nga ako dito. So, yun. Unexpected talaga lahat. And, I would say na lahat ng blessings na natatanggap ko ngayon and any opportunities, I just grab it as soon as may opportunity na nag-present sa akin.
Ginawa mo namang blessing yung underwear, di ba? Parang...
Ginawa mong blessing, oo.
Oo.
Bilang comfortable in my own skin. Diba?
When it's an underwear shoot, di ba? Parang people will judge you. Di ba? Parang people will look at your picture and say, parang, oh my God, malaki ba to? Or maliit ba to? Or ganyan. Ducks ba to? Or jutes ba to? Are you very self-conscious of the fact that when you model underwear or when you post pictures that you are in your underwear, people look at your package and they decide for themselves what you are packing. Diba? Parang iniisip ba yun ng mga lalaki? Kasi parang sasabihin ng mga, i-judge ng mga, syempre, diba, nasa fashion din ako, alam ko. Yeah. So, anong nafe-feel mo? Halimbawa, nag-post ka ng picture mo, tapos naka-underwear ka, parang kailangan bumukha akong ducks. Or kailangan parang hindi ako mapintasan, ganyan-ganyan. Ano yung halimbawa, pag inaayos mo yung sarili mo, or when you put on the underwear, of course, you're an underwear model, how do you make sure that you represent the brand in terms of your package?
Well, here's the thing. During the shoot, yun yung pinaka worry ko at that time. Sabi ko, shit, pressured talaga to, grabe. Sabi ko, paano kung lumabas dun sa picture, hindi appealing, hindi ganun ka-appealing sa market, di ba? Sabi ko, paano bebenta yung underwear? Ganon. And then, sabi ko na lang na parang, may mga ano pa nga daw, hidden secrets, kumbaga, of the trade during underwear shoots. Sabi ko, should I do that? Or
kailangan nakababa. Diba dapat nakababa? Or
wala ko nung ginawa ko nun.
Dapat nakababa, di ba?
Oo, nakababa. Actually, naka 6 o'clock ako nun eh.
Okay. Dapat. Pababa na.
Yeah, 6. I think, 6 o'clock. Pero, well, here's the thing. Yun nga. Sinasabi ko na lang na, kasi aminado ako na during, kumbaga, if it's flaccid,
okay,
hindi ako, sabihin na lang natin, eto na lang, hindi ako shower.
Grower.
Hindi ako shower. I'm grower tayo. Growy.
Okay.
Batang
growy. Okay. So, since inopen mo yan, tatanungin ko si Michael kung grower siya or shower siya. Kasi grower, si Carlo, sabi niya, grower siya. Si Michael, grower or shower?
I think same lang kami ni bro.
Ano? Grower.
I think same lang kami. Grower.
So, grower nga.
Grower.
Here's the thing, I think generally Pinoys are growers.
Ay, hindi.
As compared to, talaga? Okay.
Ako may ganun yun. Hindi.
Hindi. Okay. Well,
Hindi.
I haven't seen other packages other than mine. Siyempre. I wouldn't know.
Hindi grower ang mga Pinoy. There's one thing about it.
Ikaw ang makakasagot niyan.
Yeah. Anyway, syempre si Michael is our current Mr. Grand International Philippines, diba?
Yeah.
Parang that is such a prestigious honor at 21, diba? You did not win, tama? But
yes.
How do you feel about, representing the country at such a young age, and what is your plan in the future? Kasi diba, from being an athlete and being a TikToker, being so young, and you entered an international competition, and you weren't fortunate enough to take home the crown for the Philippines, what is the next step for you?
I think that contest I had a very big chance of winning if only I was able to fly there. Kasi I just competed online. A good thing the organization allowed me, but I think the organization, Mr. Grand Philippines, did not do their best to help me or to pag-support talaga sa tas gawin pa yung way ng visa, but I think they haven't done anything, but it's okay. I still fought until the end. We requested if I can compete against them online. Even though that happened, I still got into top 10, so I won 4 awards.
Wow! Kasama ba
I still won 4 awards. Ako yung pinakamadaming awards compared sa
Congrats!
So I think I had
brother.
a very big chance. I think hindi lang ako pinanalo kasi nag-online lang ako.
Michael, if you were given the choice, kasi syempre, diba, you are being trained as an athlete, as a pentathlon, is that correct? And then you are treading this path of show business, diba? Parang ano yung pipiliin mo? Do you want to be a professional athlete? Because when you're a pro athlete and you win internationally, diba, we've seen how it changed the life of Hidilyn Diaz. And also, a showbiz career is not a bad alternative, diba? If you were given a choice, what would you choose? A life as an athlete, a pro athlete, or a life as an artista?
I've been asked those questions, G3, a lot, but mostly my answer is I can do both because I can see Mayor Richard did that when in his prime time. He was being one of the best actors. He was being one of the best artists here in the Philippines. At the same time, he was able to balance that at the same time being a Philippine team in fencing. And he was able to win golds in international competition.
Nag-golf pa si Goma.
He has so many sports. And he is my inspiration mainly. And I think kung ano yung kaya niyang gawin, I can do it. So it's like a Gen Z Richard Gomez. I think it's meant to be na magkita.
That you can do so many things all at the same time. Because when you're Gen Z, diba, you can be anything. You can't just be anything. You can be everything, diba? What about you, Carlos? You have a really, really, really promising career in show business, in modeling, and you are about to blow up, diba? I want to, interview you just when you are about to blow up because my gosh, diba? Parang pag naging Richard Gomez ka na rin, hindi mo na ako papansinin, diba? Parang ganong level. What is your plan for yourself in terms of the coming year when you become super duper famous?
Honestly, I don't see myself there yet. So wala pa talaga sa mindset ko yun. Well, andito ako nakafocus ako sa present talaga.
Okay.
And yun yung yun yung pinaka-highlight talaga ng taon ko. Kumbaga, I just want to focus on the present. And imbes na i-worry ko kung ano yung future ko and kung ano man yung mararating ko, andito pa rin ako sa ground. Kumbaga, I'm keeping my feet on the ground, especially kahit kahit na sumikat, sabihin natin, sumikat talaga ako and mag-blow up yung pangalan ko sa show business. Ando pa rin ako sa, sa, kung ano man yung dati kong ako, andun pa rin. Hindi ako magbabago. Pero,
Yan totoo. Anyway,
totoo.
alam ko na nakilala artista.
Well,
Anyway.
Kasi ako, mostly, pagka tinatanong ako ng ganyan, na kung anong may isip ko or ano bang mararamdaman ko pagdating sa kung sumikat man. Hindi ko kasi naiisip na sumikat eh. Kung sumikat man, it's a blessing, yes. And kung mag-blow up man yung pangalan ko, sige, it's a blessing. Well, ang tingin ko, it's a blessing and also a curse. Kasi syempre, maraming pros and cons yan. And syempre, basta kung ano man opportunities na dumating man sa buhay ko, basta tatanggapin ko talaga lahat. Basta positive, syempre.
Basta positive. Diba? But of course, di ba, parang it's not all going to be positive. And I think everybody wants to know, like I've been getting DMs ever since I announced that the two of you were going to be my guests today. They want to know if you guys are single. What's your relationship status? Michael, are you single? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? What do you have?
I'm straight po.
Because Gen Z is gender fluid. Diba Gen Z is very gender fluid. Okay, so do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do have a girlfriend.
Oh, very lucky. Nako, sinabi mo yan, mabawasan ka ng followers.
It's my first
girlfriend.
It's my
promise.
Yeah, promise. I'm not kidding.
Your first girlfriend?
Yes, she's my first girlfriend. Ang dami ko ng babae kasi like hindi ko na feel, but nag-decide po ako.
Madami naging babae.
Oh my God, sorry.
Sabi ng girlfriend, marami ka na naging babae? Oh. First girlfriend.
Ano kasi,
girlfriend. So,
hindi kasi I haven't experienced like Miss G3. I haven't tried having a girlfriend when I was 20 years of existing, though 2020. So I prayed to God, the Lord, give me a girlfriend because I haven't tried, but I don't have experience of having being in love or etc. etc. So I'm so happy that I've experienced it, madam. So I'm just happy that whatever happens, it will be.
Wait, gano'n na kayo
totally
katagal?
okay.
Gano'n na kayo katagal?
We are 8 months.
Oh my God, honeymoon stage, 8 months. Nag-kiss na kayo?
So yung mga tanong ngayon, no?
Hindi pa?
Basin. Nag-kiss na po kami.
Tapos sa lips? Nag-kiss na kayo sa lips?
Aside sa lips. Joke.
Oh!
Carlo, may girlfriend now. Never nagka-girlfriend si Michael in 20 years. 21 years old, first girlfriend, 8 months.
First girlfriend.
Pinagdasal niya kay Lord. Ikaw yung first girlfriend mo, second choice mo, kakasabi mo lang kanina, di ba? Parang pag nalaman ng first girlfriend, patang-tangay na, second choice lang pala ako. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yung girlfriend na yun, honestly, hindi ko nga siya nakukonsider na girlfriend. Kasi parang hindi naman talaga ako in love back then.
Masyado mo naman siyang hinamak na, second choice mo
hindi
naman.
Hindi naman.
Hindi mo pa mahal.
Influensya lang ng ng kaibigan ko eh.
Sa peer pressure ka lang para jowain siya.
Hindi naman sa peer pressure. Parang sabi ko, okay, sige. Alam mo yun, just testing the waters.
Sige na nga, jowain na to, parang gano'n.
First, hindi naman grabe naman yung reaction na, sige na nga, jowain ko na nga to. Ano lang. Ako honestly, I was a really shy kid back in high school nung first year ako. So, kumbaga, tinry ko talagang mag-come out of my shell eh.
Okay.
Oo. So, ayun, yung first girlfriend ko talaga was back in summer of 4th year high school.
Minahal mo yon?
Oo, yun talaga. Doon ako medyo nabaliw nung una.
Talaga? Okay. Nag-kiss kayo nun?
Nag-kiss din naman. Sa kamay nung una, syempre.
Kaliwa kanan? Pareho?
Both. Oo, pareho. Sa sinihan, ganun. Sa escalator. Sa lahat!
Okay.
Pero yun, I'm single right now.
How many girlfriends have you had?
I would say about 3. Kasi yung dalawang yung dalawang ano na yung dalawa pang ibang hindi naman sa hindi ko kino-consider, but wala kaming label eh. So hindi naman ako pwede mag-assume mamaya sabihin ng babae, hindi ko naman naging jowa yan eh. Di ba?
Ay, pero ikaw, ang lalaki yung nagdi-dictate ha. Siya nagsasabi.
Oo naman, nagdi-dictate, pero
oo. Hindi mo dineclare.
Hindi ko lang natanong.
Hindi mo dineclare. Hindi mo tinanong.
Hindi naman sa dineclare. May mga babae, yung ano ko, second girlfriend ko Kahit sabihin ko na parang kami na, pero sinasabi niya, hindi daw kami.
Ah, ganon?
So, oo.
Masakit yon sa lalaki?
Masakit
sa lalaki.
Ego mo yun eh.
Talaga?
Ang pinangahawakan ng lalaki, ego eh. Yun yung namin.
Oo.
So, syempre, pagka na-hurt ang ego ng lalaki, syempre, pag sa mga susunod na, susunod
meron
mga
ka ba daw
kabanata, mga
fubu?
kaibigan.
May question. May fubu ka ba daw?
Hindi din, wala.
Ang fubu is not a new concept, 'di ba? Hindi siya bagong concept. Hindi siya Gen Z, hindi siya Gen Y concept. Maski ako, meron na kaming ganyang concept, my generation.
Anong tawag sa before? Fubu na rin ba? Sa dating generation?
Para matanda. Ang tawag sa amin
Hindi naman, grabe. Ibang generation.
Friends with benefits. Yun yung tawag. Friends with benefits.
FWB. Ganon.
Oo, parang ganon. So, parang anong stand nyo about having friends with Kasi si Michael may jowa na, so hindi na natin siya kakausapin kasi...
Okay.
Loko lang. Hindi, pero nung wala ka pang jowa, Michael, di ba? Nung wala ka pa, I'm sure your first experience wasn't your girlfriend. I'm sure at 21, kasi kung yung sexual awakening mo, like you said, was earlier, di ba? Parang your first sexual encounter was not at 21. What age was your first sexual encounter?
I think it was 18 years old po.
Oh, that's 18. Very mature. 18. Okay. So, when you were single from 18 to, halimbawa kasi 21, syempre ngayon, assume exclusive ka na, di ba? But from 18 to 21, ano yung concept of friends with benefits or FUBU or whatever, kung anong tawag ng Gen Z? Is it something that you accept or is it something that you're totally against?
I think there's nothing wrong with it naman po. For me. Kasi, I've tried before.
So you can be friends with someone and have sex with them and then still be friends with them na walang romantic inclination. Kasi di ba ang concept ng friends with benefits is magkaibigan kayo pero nagsisex kayo pero walang romantic attachments, di ba? Parang walang strings, di ba? Parang gano'n ang definition niya, di ba? So for guys of the Gen Z generation, that is something that is prevalent and that is something acceptable.
I think so. Kasi we are currently, I think it's much better na accept kasi sa i-conserve po, ang ending po niyan is disaster lang po. And I think we should educate that, especially to our youth.
Education.
Education.
Pang pageant.
So okay lang. So like for the Gen Z guy, it's okay to have a friend with benefits. Parang gano'n.
Yes,
okay.
I think so.
Nagkaroon ka na ng FUBU.
Before.
Okay. How many?
Oh my God. Nanonood po eh.
Marami.
May mag-aaway mamaya.
Medyo more than one. I say more than one.
More than one. What is more than one? More than one is 2, 3, 4, 10. Kilig na kilig siya, no? Parang naaalala na.
I say 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 2
or 3 friends
before,
with benefits. 2 or 3 friends with benefits.
Pero nagka-girlfriend ako, Carlo, isa lang talaga. I had...
Pero teka lang.
Pero syempre, now, di ba? Parang now, exclusive, di ba? Parang now, isa lang talaga. Yung girlfriend mo lang, di ba? Tama?
Yes po.
Sabi niya, ha? Sabi niya, ha? Isa lang, okay. So, one lang right now, your girlfriend, di ba? Parang yung girlfriend mo lang yung exclusive ka to your girlfriend. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. Si Carlo, Sa Siargao, ilan yung naging fubu mo sa Siargao?
Whoa! Wait lang. Here's the thing.
Nagbibilang ka or ano, nag-iisip ka?
Hindi ako nagbibilang. Hindi ako nag-iisip.
Anong concept?
Teka lang.
Like, Carlo, wait, let me ask first. Ano yung concept ng fubu for you? Is it something that's acceptable for guys in your generation? Would you rather have sex with a friend than have sex with a stranger? Or what is the concept of having a friend with with benefits to you? Is it acceptable or is it I can never have sex with my friends? Or ano yung attitude ng Gen Z guy about friends with benefits?
Well, here's the thing. Yun nga, di ba, sa generation namin ngayon, it's all about consent. As long as there is consent between two people, between the two parties, okay lang. Kahit friends pa kayo eh. Parang mas okay. Actually, parang mas okay nga yun eh. Basta walang ma-attach. Kumbaga, sabihin na natin, syempre, pwedeng may ma-attach. Pero, you really have to be clear with your intentions.
That's true.
And, di ba? You really have to be clear with your intentions. And, kunwari, sabihin na natin may setup kayo na ganun. Kailangan, clear na pagka nagkaka-feelings na, you guys should end it because it would only lead to complications. Right?
True.
Diba? So, yun lang. I guess dito sa generation namin ngayon, na mas widely accepted, I guess, ang FUBU, ang concept ng FUBU. Kasi, sabihin na natin, syempre may consent na nga. And hindi lang yung tipong, kumbaga, kung gusto mo, tara, let's go, ganyan, or may mga nang co-covers pa. Alam ko may mga cases na gano'n, mga nang co-covers para magawa yung deed, di ba? Magawa yung sex. Pero yun, yung dito sa generation namin ngayon, mas open-minded na kasi yung babae. And,
yeah.
Di ba? So yun. Ako sa FUBU.
Yeah.
Well, I've had my face na syempre na nakakapag-explore at saka I have had my wild side. Ngayon kasi mas tamed down na.
Hindi ka na wild ngayon? 24? Hindi ka wild ng 24? Hindi ako naniniwala.
Maaga.
Nung 24 ako, alam mo, Carlo, nung 24 ako, hindi ako naniniwala na hindi ka na wild ng 20. Ikaw ngayon?
Ako, ang view ko lang doon, basta ako, kahit anong, irregardless of kung friends man kami or stranger, basta may connection. Yun nga, may saying na if we vibe, di ba? So yun ang yun ang parang naging motto ko, I guess. Parang yun yung naging mantra ko. Di ba?
Wow.
If we vibe, sige.
Wow, that kind of surprises.
Kung gusto.
Yeah. That kind of surprises me because that is also my criteria. Ako, as long as we have a connection, it doesn't matter if it's our first time to meet, second time, third time, or if you're my friend or not, as long as we have that connection and that understanding. I think the important part that you're teaching us right now is that there is an element of consent now. Because before, wala kasing ganyan. Parang before,
pakiramdaman before.
Kahit diba? Hindi mo gusto, kahit nagno-no ka na, basta yung guy, perseguido, wala ka talagang magagawa. But now kasi, there is an element of consent, which is, I think, very important that you pointed out in this generation. Because I feel like, you know, as young people, you will always have to, you know, go to that place where you become aware of your body, you become aware of the people around you, you become aware of your sexual encounters. But I think consent is a very, very important issue right now. Kasi parang hindi mo rin kasi alam like the next day, parang what happened? What did you do? Ganyan. Hindi mo rin masasabi, di ba? Especially for guys that are very, very good looking and have the stature that the two of you have, di ba? Some girls, di ba, parang when they become attached to you, like parang ikaw, parang sasabihin nila na parang, no, I have feelings for you already, ganyan. And then, di ba, they will try to establish a relationship with you, diba? Parang for guys that are 21 and 24, I will never get involved with a guy in their 20s. They will never be serious in terms of, unless they're also in a relationship with somebody in their, well, how old is your girlfriend, Michael?
She's 22.
Okay, older woman. Good for you.
Good.
Anyway,
Ako din,
di ba
mga
parang
naging girlfriend ko,
you
older
will
brother.
never take
Yeah, no?
a guy that is in their 20s very, very seriously, di ba? Because they will
Yeah.
just play around. They will be having fun in everything, di ba? So, Carlo, when you look at, you know, where you are right now in your life, and obviously, di ba, parang you don't need a girlfriend. Kasi parang, syempre, di ba, ang daming possibilities sa life mo. Especially ngayon na magpapasko. Kasi si Michael, parang huwag na natin kausapin yan. Masaya na yung
Ay,
Pasko. Kasi may
masaya
jowa
yan eh. Mainit Pasko niyan eh. Ako malamig Pasko
Oo,
ko eh.
masaya na yung Pasko niya. Mamaya, tatanungin natin siya kung gaano kainit yung Pasko niya. Pero,
Yeah.
di ba, Carlo, di ba parang syempre, di ba, at Christmas time, di ba, you have your career going for you. And for a guy, like you said, ego is the most important. Success is the #1 contributor to a man's ego. You are very successful right now. This year has been very good to you when it has been like not so favorable for any other guy. What is your game plan for Christmas in terms of, you know, like, I want to get some, I want to be happy, you know, I want to have some sex on Christmas Day, I want to have Christmas sex, or I want to reward myself for my year of good behavior. I miss my wild days in Siargao. Like, what are you going to do to, like, let me ask honestly, like, how many, I'm going to start so that, you know, it's open. Like, how many people have you had sex with this year? I had 5
This year.
guys.
Oh, you've had 5 guys.
You.
Okay. Well, it's
Poker
2021.
face yan. Poker face.
For 2021.
Yes. Nagbibilang ka ba or sa dami? Or...
Ito, iniisip ko lang. Kasi,
Michael, ikaw, ilan muna, Michael?
I just had one this year.
One
One
lang.
this year.
Okay, very good
one
for you.
this year. Ako, I guess it will be less than 10. Pero more
less
than 5.
Less than 10, more than 9.
More than 5. More than 5. More than 5.
More than 5, less than 10.
Ay, grabe yan.
Yeah. Well,
so 9.
We all have our needs, you know.
Yes, we have our... This is not a judgment, ha? This is, I mean, like, no judgment. Diba? We are trying to be very sexually open in this conversation because this is a very, very mature way of asking and dealing with being sexually open for the Gen Z generation. What do you think, as a way of wrapping up, what do you think is the advantage of being very, very sexually open and not shameful in this generation as compared to the generation of your parents or grandparents? Why is it okay to be very, very liberated when it comes to your sexual choices in this generation? I want to ask Michael first.
I think it's also important because it won't it helps us maging comfortable po tayo sa sarili natin. And with that we're able to educate, especially yun nga, yung magturuan natin the way how it is yun. And being open would be a very good thing po sa society natin nowadays. Not being hiding.
Ano sinasabi sa'yo ng girlfriend mo? Kung nakikita niya nagpo-post ka ng pictures mo na naka-brief ka lang.
I think the only time nag-brief po ako is nung sa pageant. I think I need to do that.
Ano sinabi ng girlfriend mo? Parang, babe. Anong tawag niya sa'yo?
Babe. Yan, babe.
Babe. Nakita ko yung picture mo. Anong sinabi niya pag nung nakita niya yung mga pictures mo na nasa Amazing Studs, Pinoy Bay, whatever, all of those websites?
Sasabihin niya, boyfriend ko yan, ganon. She'll be
proud.
very...
Wow. Okay.
Parang ganon siya. And,
di lang proud, bro. Binabakurang ka.
Tama.
Carlo, what about you? Diba, syempre, parang sobrang hot property, diba? Parang everyone wants to be with you. Everyone wants to book you. Everyone wants to get you as a model, cast you in whatever, ganyan. You have the world, at your fingertips right now. And, every girl, every guy, every gay I know, parang wants to be with you. Parang ano yung feeling na parang you are one of the most desired guys now with your 9 sexual conquests this year. Diba? Feeling mo ba from now until 2022, aabot pa yan ng 10 or hanggang 9 na lang? Or kailangan merong Christmas bonus? Aabot pa yan ng 10 for 2022? Oh.
May backstory tayo. Kaya
sige.
naging 9 yan
I have all the
2021.
time in the world. Sige.
Kaya naging 9 yan ngayon. Ay, 9, sabihin natin. Hindi naman 9.
8.
Kaya naging sige na nga, 8.
Sabihin mo na yung totoong number. Ito naman, Diyos ka naman to si Carla.
7.
7. Okay, 7. 7 girls.
Well, ayun na nga. Noong 2020 kasi, galing ako sa heartbreak, sa relationship. So, nag-break kami nung pandemic. So, ang nangyari...
Ilang years yung relationship mo? Ilang years yung relationship mo?
Well, we've been dating for about a year. And yung official namin parang sobrang short lang. Kasi dahil nga, yun, dumating nga yung pandemic din. And, yun, after that relationship, I just really focused on myself. And, yun, my mom and I talked. And sinabi niya na, anak, pahinga ka muna. Kasi ang pattern ko before...
Tapos nakapito.
Hindi, ang pattern ko kasi before, after a relationship, meron na akong, parang kasunod agad. Parang hindi naman sa rebound, may bago ako agad. Mabilis ako. Sabihin na natin, fleeting person ako eh. It's a flaw. Sabihin na natin flaw yun. Pero, wala eh. Yun yung yun yung totoo sa akin. Naging, kumbaga, fleeting person ako. And from one relationship to another. Before. But after that relationship, kumbaga naging naging character development phase ko siya. So, for the whole of 2020, yun, nagpahinga ako. Hindi ako ng babae, hindi ako anything. I didn't date, hindi ako nakipag-usap sa kahit sinong babae, hindi ako nakipag-try na lumante. Walang anything talaga. Then came 2021.
Tumodo ka na.
Tumodo naman tayo. Ang dami napahinga eh. Ayun ang nangyari. Pero, hindi naman sa naghahanap ako noon that time. It just happened. Dumadating. Hindi naman tayo naghahanap eh. Ganoon talaga. Hindi naman dapat hinahanap eh.
Hindi ako naghahanap eh. Dumadating lang.
Nagkakataon lang.
Okay. So Carlo, sa 2022, kung magkakaroon ka ng relationship, ano yung hinahanap mo? Physical muna. Three physical traits. 3 physical traits of somebody you want to be in a relationship with.
Okay. So, ito standard. Sige. Well, ako, type ko, petite. Slim. Ganun. Slim na petite. Tas, with
petite, slim.
With the Coca-Cola body, tapos, ako kasi...
hindi yun petite. Coca-Cola, voluptuous yun.
Hindi. May mga petite na may shape.
Okay.
May shape naman. Ganon, may shape. Ganon. Tapos, hindi kasi ako, hindi ako breast person. So, mas tayo sa backside.
Puwet.
So, yung aesthetic, malaking puwet. Ganyan. Nahihiyang sabihin yung puwet.
Anong ginagawa mo sa puwet? Ginaganon mo?
Hindi naman. Gusto ko lang yung aesthetic niya pagdating, lalo na pagka nagsusot ng damit.
Hindi mo ginaganon. Tinitingnan mo lang.
Hindi ganon.
Hindi mo nga ginaganon. Inaano mo lang.
Hindi ganon, hindi tusok. Ganon.
Okay, number 3.
Legs.
Okay. Hindi physical. 3 non-physical characteristics.
Yun, non-physical. Yun, doon na ako actually nakafocus ngayon eh.
Check.
A girl that knows.
Wala, naghang siya. Ikaw, anong gusto mo, Michael? Boobs or puwet?
For me, I think it's the boobs po.
Boobs. Gusto mo malaking boobs?
Boobs, okay.
Ayun na. Okay, bumalik na.
Nawala wala.
ka na ulit tayo ni Carlo.
Anong last na sinabi ko?
Wala. Wala ka pang nasasabi na non-physical.
Wala pa. Sabi ko, for non-physical, I would say na, yun nga, a girl that knows what she wants in life. And number 2, a strong woman. And number 3,
nakakapagbuhat, ganon.
Hindi. As in, strong na kaya akong tapatan. Kasi strong personality ko eh. Pagdating sa relationship, very very, diplomatic or ma-rationalize ako, ganun. Pagdating sa mga away.
Okay.
Pinaprocess talaga. So, for number 3, I guess I would say, syempre, maalagayin.
Paano gusto alagaan ka? Pinagluluto ka, nilalagyan ka ng kumot, ka, nililinis yung sapatos mo, tinutoothbrush ka, gano'n.
Ay, grabe.
Hindi naman tayo naghahanap ng anong tawag dito, ng alalay, grabe. As in, syempre, ako kasi ma-acts of service ako eh. Syempre, gusto ko rin yung inaalagaan. Love language ko, acts of service. Tawag nga sa akin ng mga friends ko, Mr. Acts of Service. Yung sa akin, yung trademark. So, syempre, what I would want also from a girl is, syempre, maalagayin din.
Service.
Mare-reciprocate.
Okay, sige. You both have a very, very large gay following, diba? You have a very, very large gay following. What can you say to your gay, as a final question, what can you say to your gay following, Michael? Anakan mo daw siya. Mamimigay ka ba ng anak? Ikaw, kung halimbawa, sabihin sa'yo, anakan mo ako, anong reaction mo? Parang, saka na, masyado pa akong bata, 21, siguro pag 35 na. What can you say to your gay following? Because you are very, very desired, loved, supported by the gay community. What is your what can you say to your gay following?
I say that continue lang.
Tuloy lang. Wala, sinabi mo mag-jowa ka na, ayaw na namin sa'yo.
Wala na. Tuloy ang buhay.
Sige, ano masasabi mo?
Ano yun? Sorry.
Hindi, si Michael.
Okay.
I would say hindi pa tapos yung laban. Joke.
Okay, lalaban pa siya.
So, ayun.
Yes, go ahead.
And then
what can we look forward to in 2022 in terms of, us following you, in terms of us, watching your career, and what is going to be in store for you in the coming year?
May pasabog po next January, ganun. It's gonna be a surprise. It's just gonna be a surprise.
Pag hindi yan sumabog, sampalin kita.
Sige. It's gonna be a surprise.
Okay, when are you next in Manila?
To be honest, I'm currently in Manila.
You are in Manila? Oh, fuck you. I thought you were in our mock. Okay, let's go out on the weekend. Are you here in Manila this weekend, Carlo?
Wait, what day is it today? It's
my flight is this 8 po. My flight is 8.
What day is it this? You're leaving on Wednesday na.
8. Tomorrow I'll be free.
Wala
Tomorrow
na.
I'm free.
Hindi ka naabot ng
Wala
weekend.
na.
Tomorrow you're free.
Tayo na lang dumayo ng Ormoc. G3.
Ang layo kasi ng Ormoc. Anong gagawin natin doon?
Very far. Layo, bro.
Yeah.
Diba?
Okay.
Anyway.
Carlo, what about you? What can you say to your legions upon legions of gay
legions. Abangan nyo ang butt exposure. Wow.
Wait, anong papakita? Wait, anong papakita mo sa Nelia? Anong papakita mo dito?
Wala. Tingnan
wala
natin.
Wala kang papakita?
Hindi. Siyempre, we have to keep the mystery.
Anong gagawin? Bakit sila manonood?
Mystery. Andun ako, siyempre, dapat. Manood sa lahat.
Tapos, ano makikita namin sa Nelia?
You guys will see. Siyempre, maraming raunchy, marami ding raunchy scenes and mga pasabog. Pero, yung sinasabi kong butt exposure, hindi yun yung for that project.
May butt exposure ka? For this year? For this year?
I think so. We'll see.
Okay, sige. Padala mo sa akin muna sa DM.
Ganon.
Okay, so like, I wanna thank oh my God, ang haba ng interview na to. Like, hindi ganito kahaba usually mga interviews ko. I wanna thank these two guys for, explaining to us really what, the inner workings of the mind of a Gen Z, hot, good-looking, sexy, successful guy is in their 20s, 21 and 24. When I was 21, I barely remember 21. I don't remember 24. But I wasn't this successful. I wasn't this visible. But I want to congratulate my two friends, Michael and Carlo, for, really, really, going above and beyond what they're expected to do. Like, Michael is an athlete. He's also our representative for the country. And of course, Carlo is also an athlete. He's a surfer. He's a pro surfer. He's an underwear model. He's an actor. He has a film fest entry, all at the very, very young age of 20 plus. Diba? Parang these guys are the guys that you have to watch out for in the coming years to come. So I hope and I pray that you become successful, and I hope that you look back on this conversation with fun, laughter, and enjoyment. And we're just being game tonight. And I hope before you leave on Wednesday, I get to see you. Mailabas ka ni Carlo. Kaya lang may pull out si Carlo eh.
Well, bukas wala na.
Busy si Kuya Carlo bukas.
But if not this year, Michael, definitely the next time in your Manila, you're gonna hit us up and we're going to take you out. Kasi bawal uminom yan eh. Pero pagkasama
It won't be long, but I'll be back.
Pagkasama mo kami ni Carlo, walang bawal-bawal uminom. So again, I want to thank the two of you. I want to thank the two of you for joining me tonight. My first December episode, and I want you to ask your fans, invite your fans to the things that you need support for in the coming days, weeks, months. I want to start with Michael.
Hello, everyone. Please continue to support me.
Beauty pageant then. Oh.
Support me, guys, on my future endeavors po dito sa... I'll be keep on posting here sa IG and also sa TikTok, and I'll have a big surprise this January, so stay tuned to stay updated.
Okay, sumayaw ka pa ha sa TikTok ha. Galingan mo.
Makapagsayaw natin sa TikTok?
Mag-TikTok.
Carlo, yung butt exposure. Oh.
Well, here's the thing. So, I'm inviting everyone to watch Nelia this coming December 25 in theaters. Nationwide, guys.
Wow!
So, abangan natin yan. So, malalaman natin, malay mo, may exposure tayo doon. So, inaanyayahan ko po kayo manood this coming December 25 bilang pagbabalik po ng mga sinehan. At, ayun, siguradong mapapaano po kayo, ma-overwhelm kayo with the excitement, and it's a roller coaster of emotions pagdating dun sa istorya ng Nelia. Okay. So, abangan po ninyong lahat dito. Ayan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. And of course, when you're back in Manila, you have to tell us, so we'll make time for you.
All right.
Good luck to both of you, and thank you for joining me tonight. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.